Good morning. It's the start of day 4. So I'm not sure how far we've got to get up the river today, but we're sort of hoping at least another 8 to 10 kilometres. But yeah, as you can see, it's a very foggy morning. It's a little bit of drizzle around, nothing much to even worth putting a rain jacket on. So just enough to sort of make the odd hair go wild. Anyway, it's still a nice morning and it's not cold, but we're going to just get in and have some breakfast, pack up and just get into it today. Hopefully there'll be no more tumbles. Yeah, a few of us got scratched up and banged up yesterday. Yeah, definitely the Wolgan River's, it's a lot more tricky underfoot.
You look under the deep on it.
It's a truck, proper truck. What size rims has it got?
Started off on day 4's walk with my baby. That's looking good. We've already, the minute we headed off, we were straight in, crossing the river and straight into the scrub again. Not bush bashing, but yeah, sustaining a few more scratches, but taking a nice opportunity to walk along a bit of the river where it's flat. Maybe you can. Yeah, but see, we've got to head bush again because there's another bit of a bouldery rock pool area. So we've got to head back up into the riverbanks. Thank goodness we made it through that tight squeeze of an area. That was really tough. We're back out on nice beachy sand and low level water again, so it probably won't last, I'm sure, but we'll make the most of it. It just makes it a bit easier walking and you can cool off a bit. It's going to get quite muggy. The only downside is when you're walking along the riverbeds, you're just constantly waiting for the quicksand to strike.
A few minutes later.
No good that way. Alright, time to head back, I don't know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So these are the options. Try and claw our way through all this and build-ups like that. Come through what we've just come through with the thick scrub. We'll see if we can get across the other side. Yeah, over. Righto, we're going over. I think we've got to found our way through. This is the attraction along the Wolgan River. It's called the Totem Pole. And somehow, over all the years, hundreds of years I imagine, that this rock has sat on top of that pile of dirt and it's just continually just eroded the base and it just stays there. So the one constant on this hike is the swashing of the sand out of your boots. You know, everything else is so varied on this hike, but the one constant is definitely washing the sand out of your shoes. So here we go again.
And
We finally made it to the side creek,
Which is called,
Annie Rowan Creek.
this has
Been
been
slow,
lunch.
slow going. Lunchtime we left at 8:30. It's now 1:30. So 5 hours to do 4 kilometres is not very impressive.
I don't know how far the others got here.
We're aiming to go another 4 kilometres to the end of the fire trail up the river. So hopefully we'll get there tonight or this afternoon.
We'll see how we go. Anyway, it's a beautiful spot. That's the side creek over there. And yeah, we've had a lovely break just behind there in the shade. Beautiful. Anyway, time to hit the road, isn't it?
Hit the road again.
Hey. So back on the track, I'm going heading upriver after lunch. So Shane said there's only about 4 k's up the river until we pick up the fire trail, and it's the 11k fire trail, so that's where we're aiming to get to and camp tonight. And that'll be a nice easy walk. Hopefully not much more washing of shoes to go. But, yeah, and it's lovely, the sun's come out. Still not sick of this scenery. Well, it didn't last long. I was keeping up with the guys after lunch. I literally, like, probably a couple of 100 metres down the track, my shoelace comes undone under the gaiters. I haven't been tying them in a double knot because constantly having to take the shoes off to wash them. I've just been trying to get by, but yeah, they're just rotten shoelaces for coming undone unless you do them in a double knot. Sure enough, come undone, had to stop and tie them up, and they're gone. So I'm just, it's like I give up. I was keeping up with them, but I thought, oh well, I'll catch them again at the afternoon tea break. I don't mind, I can go at my own pace and enjoy. I just find if I'm trying to keep up with them, you're going fast, and sometimes you end up doing more harm than good, you know, tripping over things or hurting yourself and not concentrating what you're doing. So I'm happy to just go at my pace. I'm really loving this section of the Wolgan River. It just feels like you're in Yosemite National Park almost. I've been there obviously, but yeah, it feels very just American. Feels like you're in another place and time. So it was worth, I think, the hard slog earlier to get to this gorgeous section of the river. I hope it continues a bit further like this because it's really good, nice, easy walking now. Cross fingers. This is the best lounge chair I've ever seen. Nice outdoor furniture.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
This is really hard going. We're about 1,500 metres, 1.5 k's from the fire trail, and it is so freaking slow. We've decided it's easier to go up the guts of the bloody river up through all these rocks. So anyway, we'll keep going. Well, we pulled up stumps a bit early today. I was beat more psychologically, I think, than physically. 2 days straight of bush bashing and just being whipped and scratched and poked, and just really tough going up this Wolgan River. I mean, so glad I've done it, but it was really tough, and the groups kind of got split up. The guys went ahead a bit, and we were just 1k from the fire trail, but it's just like, it's very late in the afternoon and we needed to still set up camp, and I was just, I think I was about to drop my bundle completely. Shane was very good. Anyway, we've found this really nice campsite. Sorry, we've already got the campsite for one. So yeah, one tent, nice, lovely, quite intimate place for a couple, very romantic. So we're out of alcohol, but we'll still enjoy happy hour with some soup this afternoon. But yeah, this is our view. It's a very, I'll spin around even further. This is just a little side channel that the river's flowing into. So we've got our own little personal side creek with this little spa, I think. We're looking forward to checking out in the middle. But anyway, it's time to just freshen up, have a coffee. Someone's getting it already. And enjoy the rest of this late afternoon sun. And we'll catch up with the guys in the morning. I've just got to say, this is so funny. I'm really behind, whoops, packing up my stuff, and Shane is pulling the tent down around me. While I'm still in here packing up. It's like I'm so freaking bad this morning. I'm really behind. It's only because we want to get away early to catch up to the boys. So anyway, I'll keep packing. I've never had this experience. It is, it's the final insult. Look at it, it's all coming down. Oh my God.
Nothing to be sneezed at coming quickly.
I'll keep going.
In a 2-horse race.
There's no comparison this morning. I'm so far behind.
Here's a picture of the backpack in the distance ready, and if you scan over to the tent, someone's still in the tent with all their gear in the tent.
This is a moment of shame, walk of shame.
Never before has anyone been caught out so far behind.
I know, I have never been this far behind Shane. So bad. I just don't know what to do with myself this morning.
Anyway, I'll sit back and look at the scenery while I wait.
We're back on the track, and the minute we're into it, it's just like a shit show again. It was a shit show all yesterday afternoon. I thought when we left our lunch spot, it looked so beautiful. I thought, oh, I hope we're going to enjoy more of this, but it was very short-lived. Just hang on a minute, I've got to get up this rope. And it was an absolute assault yesterday. And we've got only about a K to go, and it's going to take over an hour, I think, the way we're going. Shane's encountered the Great Wall of Wolgan. Do not know how I'm going to get up there. Thank the Lord. I think we've just gotten through another big, hopefully this is it now, gotten through that big section behind us of boulders. Well, that must be a record. About 40 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes to do just 200 metres, I think that was. Well, I think we have finally made it through the worst of it. We haven't got much further to go, and we're in a section where the cliffs are a lot further back off the river. It's a much wider valley, so we shouldn't encounter any more. I'm going to get over this tree stump. Shouldn't encounter any more really scrubby boulder sections. We've just caught up with the boys. All reunited. It's good to get out of that big thick scrub we were in. Well, this is a little bit. We're on the hunt for the fire trail now. This is a bit better. It's not the fire trail we were expecting. It's, as Greg Senior just said, it's pretty overgrown. It's had 3 good seasons, so yeah, the undergrowth's just shot right up. So Shane's thinking if we doesn't get better soon, we'll have to head back to the river. Clearly, I'm still on the river, not the fire trail. The fire trail didn't eventuate. I think since the guys were down here last, there's been a lot of vegetation, and it's just like it's worse up there than on the river. So what we thought would be a quick 11 k's is gonna, we're not sure if we'll pick up the fire trail a bit later, but it is getting a bit concerning that we only managed 7 k's yesterday, and we're supposed to get 11 done today to get to the base of the start of the pipeline track over the mountain, because that's a full day's hike in itself, but it will be a freeway compared to this. So, but I've just run ahead. The boys are having a rest. I'm a bit too slow going through the bush, so I'm sticking by the river. It's a bit slower, but I can at least pick my way along. So I've got a head start on them. It's just whether hopefully it'll get a bit better at some point, and we'll make the camp for tonight, or it's going to be a very long day and a late night. These lace monitors always scare the bejesus out of me while you're just daydreaming walking along. The first thing you hear is a big noise and scatter, and you think it's a damn snake. It's beautiful. Only a small one. Not too shy either. Normally they'd be halfway up the tree by now. Hey little man. Thank goodness we finally made it to a fire trail up here. And this one. We made it off the river. We are on a proper fire trail. Oh my goodness. I'm glad to see the back of that river, as beautiful as it was. Well, it's been a very long and tiring day, but we're almost to to where we need to be at the campsite. We've just got to the end of the fire trail where we turn off to the Newnes ruins. So it's the old shale oil mining ruins. And so there's lots of different attractions on the way down to the river where we need to cross over to pick up the pipeline track to go up over this range behind me. So yeah, anyway, the guys are still waiting on Greg Jr. So I'll just take my time and have a look at the some of the sites here along the way. So I'm not walking back. So remote out here. It's incredible what they were doing. So many ruins, so many ghosts of people past. Paraffin sheds. That's what they were. Back on the fire trail, we've done a little tour around the ruins and heading back down to the river now to pick up the pipeline track in the morning. So this fire trail here will actually take you down from the ruins to the river, and you can cross over and pick up the pipeline track. So I'll go check out and see if I can find somewhere to camp. Found it! So there's the pipelines, very old. So they go up over that range. I think they go along a bit and then up over where the track goes. So there's an actual a canyon up the a gorge up to the top of the mountain. So my job now is to try and find a campsite. It's not looking too good around here. Not good at all. So I don't know where we're going to find somewhere to camp. Okay, so we've left early. It's 7:30 and it's New Year's Day. So Happy New Year for 2023. Our last day on the track. And yeah, unfortunately we didn't get much time to film last night. We got back late. It's about 6:30 I think by the time we were at camp and set up, and we didn't end up camping by the river. There just wasn't enough room down there, so we had to go back up to the ruins, and we were pretty shattered. So just picking up this morning, and this is the way over the pipeline track to Glen Davis. I'm trying to get ahead of the guys. Maybe a couple of minutes head start. It won't be much. They go uphill like in fifth gear. So it's inevitable I'll end up falling behind again a bit today. That's all right. It means I can do a bit of my own thing. I'll catch them up on the downhill side. So anyway, we're starting the climb, and there'll be some really, because Shane and I did a recon on this section of the track back in August, I think, because we were wanting to make sure we could actually get across from Newnes to Glen Davis. So, and we were happy with that. So this is, was preparation for this walk. So yeah, I know what's ahead of me. It's a very steep climb up the hill and a long, slow descent down the other side. But it's good to get the uphill section done first. All right, we'll get going. Almost to the canyon. What do they call this canyon? Has it got a name, sweetheart? I can't remember. Anyway, it's just around this bend, so we'll have a little breath. Pardon? Green Gully. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a vigorous climb up to the start of this canyon or gully. We're just almost there, so we'll wait for the other two to catch us up and catch my breath, because I know it's a really tough slog up here. It's like you sort of walk so far and then you need to have a breather. Yeah, that's it, just up there. I'll let you go past.
One to go down, get it?
Maybe Shane.
He's the fittest, I think. I think almost halfway. It's very humid. Yeah, I can just glimpse there's a lyrebird. Yeah, so we're just looking at the lyrebird's nest, the lyrebird that we just saw. It was right near the tree it was walking along. And that's, where are we? That's the tree it was just walking along here. And then you've got the nest up there. This is part of the old bridle trail construction, isn't it? The wall?
Pipeline, yeah.
For the pipeline. Yeah.
It's done a good effort building this.
Just enjoying a bit of a stroll. There's a couple behind and one in front, so I'm just taking it nice and easy for a bit. I'm taking in the really nice smell of the wattles, and I'm not sure what these little ones are, whether they're another type of wattle or an acacia, but yeah, it's just a real beautiful smell of the bush. And I can hear our lyrebird friend every now and then just doing the whipbird call. He's all quiet. Not as chatty as he was last time we passed through. Very close. Oh my goodness. He's taken off the whipbird. Yes. What a treat. And we won't see water again until we get to Glen Davis. Not far to go now. I think Shane was saying it's only about a K into the town of Glen Davis, but the campsite where the cars are parked, I think it's another 2 or 3 Ks the other side of town. So yeah, we're a bit footsore, but we'll see what happens. I think they were wondering whether to leave 2 people with the backpacks in town at the there's a nature reserve little campground area, so whether they'll leave 2 people wanting all the packs and to go back for the cars. But I thought, oh, that's an anticlimax, so I hope we get to all finish the walk in full. We're just coming into town, into Glen Davis. We're kind of wishing that misty, rainy weather we had earlier while we were up on the mountain was still hanging around. It's damn hot. So the verdict's come in that the 2 of the guys are going to walk back, get the car, do the 3K slog back to the campground outside of Glen Davis, and 2 of us are going to sit here and mind the bags. I sort of half relieved, half disappointed, because it's a bit of an anticlimax not to get back all the way to the car, but we've done a 6-day hike and that's a pretty good achievement in itself. Well, we're going changed the plan that many times, we've lost count, but we're all going to walk back to the car park as a team, which I'm very happy about. So another 3Ks to go. We made it.
No, it's on the way.
Been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Hercules and his gifts, Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fists. And clearly I don't see myself up on that list. But she said, where you wanna go, how much you wanna risk. I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Oh, I want something just like this. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Oh, I want something just like this. I want something just like this. I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse, and Superman unrolls a suit before he lifts. But I'm not the kind of person that it fits. But she said, where you wanna go, how much you wanna risk. I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can miss. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, I want something just like this. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. So I want something just like this.
The wrong branch.
Oh, I see. There's some... Okay, so till we pick up the fight. Oh, didn't last. Oh God, I'm having a freaking mare today.
That's the other end.
Back.
What do we do? We just put a rock in it, pop it down, you'll see them again. Lean forward and crawl like a baby.
Oh my poor little son.
Cool enough, are you?
Does it smell good? Oh man, I got the video going. It was meant to be a photo. Keepy time. What's the name? I wasn't taping it. I think I pressed the record button too late. What on earth have you got down there?